Browns 0-8 at home. Just sad.
I haven't heard you this down since Taki Brown got fired. It's a game that we were in, and it's a game that we just don't finish.
I don't want to watch anymore.
Why? Why does it happen? I'm so sick of watching those plays.
0-16.
I definitely do not want to watch this all 22.
That's up and down to me. That looks like dysfunction. Welcome back, Survivors, episode 46, season 3. This is Surviving the Season. I am your host, Adam, from the Baywater Studios in Tampa, Florida. Greg is here.
Yo, big win tonight. I got to keep it somewhat calm, though. The kids and the wife are sleeping right now. So if I wake somebody up, could ruin everything here. So I want to go running around the house, jumping up and down, but that's not going to be able to happen right now, unfortunately.
Browns win 17-16 on the road, 6-7-1. Playoff hopes are alive. Denver,
right.
Done.
Well, I think they said there was a slim chance,
fuck
right?
'em, they're done.
Okay. I like it. We just put them out of their misery. How about that?
Yeah.
Fantastic. All right. So Baker struggled today. It was struggles that we had a rookie outing from Baker. But the defense was bend, don't break today. But Nick Chubb got it done. We
were terrible and won the game. When
yes.
was the last time we can say that about a Cleveland Browns team?
Yes, we were bad, but they were just as bad. What was the turnover differential at the end of the game?
2-1.
2-1.
I think Keenum threw two picks.
Didn't he throw 2 picks?
He threw 2 picks, and we had the strip sack, right?
Oh, and Baker threw a pick too.
Oh, 2-2.
So 2-2.
All right.
We got lucky there getting that one back, because otherwise we were struggling, and it took that big pick at the end to really get to get that final touchdown. I mean, if we don't have a short field there, do we even have an opportunity? The offense just was not working. I mean, we talked about it in the pregame. Denver is like the number 4 DVOA defense. They came out and they played well. I thought it's the most flustered we really saw Baker Mayfield, where he was dealing with that kind of rush. We didn't see a lot of that. And not only that, but even with the corners they had out, they were able to maintain good coverage a lot of the times. I mean, they got called for a number of holding calls that, gave us some first downs. But at the same time, like, they were getting their hands on balls and just a number of pressure. And, really, there was some open receivers that Baker just really missed in the first half. The things could have been a lot different had he hit some of those balls. We could have went out. I honestly, right from the get-go, I was thinking this is a blowout game. That's what it was feeling like.
Yeah, Denver didn't look scary by any means. They were sort of there. They did, 2 3-and-outs to start the game.
Denver did, yes.
Yeah, and I
Denver.
thought, we're in pretty good shape, but we don't really complain about officiating much. But I think Denver fans and Cleveland fans have reason to complain about officiating of this game. What was some of the calls and then the reviews? The officiating was poor.
Yeah, there were some interesting things going on. I mean, the David Njoku, had they had a look down the line, I can see that going for a first down. The one at the end of the game, where it was, boy. If we lost that game, it was almost like Carlos Hyde moment when we were playing Oakland.
Dude, we're staring at the playoffs. If without them reversing that call, they upheld that Njoku spot at the 10, and it's so obvious. Okay, maybe it's not the first down. Maybe it's not the first down. No problem. But he's close to the 9.
He had 2 more feet for sure.
They overturned that exact call in Oakland to make us lose the game. That's fucking bullshit.
So
there has to be some consistency. This is not amateur shit. These are professional officials.
Well, you can't say the call is confirmed when it's obviously not confirmed. It's obviously a first. Like, it's not. If it's not a first down, it's fine. But where you got 2 more feet, and then you can even say, well, the play call could be different at that moment, because what they might do is just run the ball. They might just QB sneak it if it's only a foot away.
Agreed,
You're talking, I know that you look at it, you go, oh, not a big deal, but it is sort of a big deal because of what you're going to do offensively. If you think you can just push the pile forward for half a yard, you're going to do it. But remember what everybody was talking about after the Oakland game? Oh, the Browns have to go for that fourth down. You make the first down on 4th down and 1, 89% or whatever. There's all these percentages being put out, how often you make that 4th down. And then they go for it, and then they get stopped here tonight. So it's almost the reverse of what happened in that Oakland game where everybody's saying, you can't punt that ball away. You got to go for it. You got to go for it. Well, they go for it.
That was awesome.
It almost bites them in the ass.
Yeah,
now,
but I agree with it. If you want to
sure,
break it down to that, if you get the first down, game over. I love it. You need 1 yard, give it to Chubb, push the pile. Somebody missed a block. We'll figure it out on the.
And it's aggressive. I can see, because here's the thing: you kick that field goal, you go up by 4. Okay, then they got to score a touchdown. They haven't really moved the ball, like they haven't really scored on you a touchdown. They can get down there, they can kick field goals, that kind of stuff, but they're not really pushing the ball down the field and doing that to you offensively. So I can see kicking the field goal there. Also, I mean, look, it's a 50-50 thing. I think Greg Williams is just an aggressive coach. We see that all the time. We see that with the way he blitzes. We see that with the way he calls his defense in general. And he does the same thing since he's been the head coach. We're going for 4th downs. We're going for 2-point conversions. We're going for this big 4th down in a major situation. So I like the aggressiveness, but again, they could have been more aggressive at the end of the game when they had the opportunity to throw the ball, and they were kind of running the clock out. Yeah. So do you want to get into the game here a little bit?
Yeah, let's not talk too much in generalities.
Right.
Hit us up with the game. 2 3-and-outs for Denver to start the game.
Right. Well, yeah, that's what I was going to start with them. They got the opening kickoff, and then, yes, they went 3-and-out. We get the ball back at the 49-yard line, and it was the very first play of the game. Again, I don't know what it is about opening plays for the Browns, but we seem to see something that we know is going to work, and we run it. Last week, it was the Perryman 66-yard. Is that what that one was? And then this week, it's Landry 19 yards right off the bat. And then 3 plays later, 3rd down and 9 from the Denver 31. Baker hits Perryman for the big TD, which – Baker threw the ball up there, said, hey, let's see if the big guy can go make a play. And Brashad Perriman proves again that he's worth, getting that opportunity. Sometimes that's all it takes. You need an opportunity. Perriman gets the opportunity, makes a big play. It's huge. I mean, what more can you say? This guy has been a fantastic find by John Dorsey, and he's playing like he's a 1st-round pick. He's playing. He's not playing up to a 1st-round pick, but he's doing the things. Like, remember, Darius Hayward-Bay was picked up by the Steelers a couple years back, and they get good years out of him. Is he the focal point of the offense? No, but he's a 1st-round pick, and he contributes. He does good things, and that's what we're getting from Perryman.
Yeah, you find these dudes on the scrap heap. You bring them into a new situation, a new city, new coaching staff, where they don't have any expectations.
Yeah,
right? If you're a 1st-round pick, Corey Coleman, he has so much expectations in Cleveland.
Mm-hmm.
You can ship him out, and then he can find somewhere maybe to pick up where, look, I'm an athlete. I can play the position. Let's go back to that Perriman route. That was a terrible route. Baker just tossed it.
But that's all you have to do. That's what all he has to do there in that case. Like,
one-on-one.
It's one-on-one.
Make a play.
Go make a play, and he did. You serve it up. This is Baker being the point guard. This is Baker being the John Stockton out there. He's the Mark Jackson. He's getting. I'm going back to 1990s basketball. I need to update my assist guys. He's Steve Nash. Wait, that's totally 2000s, not Steve Nash. So, but yeah, he's the guy that puts the ball up in a position for you to make a play. In this case, he does. So, so for Perriman, right? He's a 1st-round pick. He comes in. The reason why he struggles in Baltimore, he's hurt. He's hurt a lot, and then he comes in and he's not catching the ball well. It was sort of a knock against him in college, and he wasn't catching the ball well. But we see this with young guys. I mean, look at what we've seen with David Njoku. Like, people want to get on him all the time. Dude can't catch. He's 22 years old, and he's coming out. He's making big catches this week. I mean, huge ones in clutch positions. Like, yes, you're going to get better at doing this stuff when you become more comfortable, when you're not having to think about how to run your routes because you're a professional and you're just going out there and focusing on catching the ball. So I think that's what you're seeing with Perriman. He's a veteran now. That's a big difference.
Yeah, agreed.
So we go up 7-0.
We go up 7-0, yeah.
We trade punts
continue on
with them. And then they go on a 88-yard touchdown drive that really they had to really like scratch and claw for every single yard. I was first down of the series. Collins drops an interception it hit him right between the numbers. There was a flag on the play. It was on the right tackle, Veldahar, for the leg whip. But he could have caught that ball. Could have been an interception. Could have been a big play, and hopefully we would have at that moment got out to a big start. Didn't happen. Then 3 plays later on 3rd and 6, Tim Patrick catches the back shoulder throw over Terrence Mitchell on the one big play. So that was a big play there to get them the first down. 2 plays after that, Collins is flagged for lowering his head on the one tackle and gets flagged for 15 yards. Like, they don't call this play for how many weeks?
Right.
Like, you see these guys lowering their heads all the time. And then all of a sudden we're at week 14. Now we're going to start calling, or week 15, we're going to start calling lowering the head. We haven't called all year. I hate the inconsistency of the NFL. If you're going to call it, just call it all the time. If you're not going to call it, then don't call it. Like, don't just come week 15. Oh, well, he made helmet to helmet. He lowered his head. Now all of a sudden we're going to call it. Give me a break with that. It's nonsense. So, 2nd down and 3, a couple plays later, Lindsey was hit in the backfield by Collins for -7, which got them back to a big 3rd down and 10. This was a really long drive, if you recall. And then it was the tight end Parker who catches the pass, splits Avery and Body Calhoun, and then stretches out for 11 yards. That just absolutely...
Those are so frustrating.
Oh, so frustrating. Just make a tackle, you get off the field, and now that's 2 3rd downs in a row that they give up. And then there's a pass interference on Terrence Mitchell, the next play, that gets them down to the Denver 3-yard line. And then it takes them 3 plays. They have to scratch and claw there because remember, second down and goal from the 3-yard line. Booker catches that ball, makes Schobert miss, and then Peppers comes up. Peppers, I mean, one of the best games of his season, if not the best game of his career, keeps him from reaching the end zone. So he's down at the 1, 3rd down and 1. They run play action. Case Keenum drops back. Nobody's open. I'm not even sure where the play was even designed. I only saw one tight end on the left side going out. Case Keenum didn't even look at him. Miles is running after him. Tries to swipe. I don't know what he was thinking. He tried to swipe for his leg. He should have probably just kept running and ran him down. But the super athletic Case Keenum scrambles and gets in to tie up the game 7-7. Missed opportunity on that drive by the Browns.
Yeah, it was, the DPI was no good. Mitchell got turned around. That was easy DPI, but you hate to get like a 40-something yard penalty there when he had good coverage. If he just turns around, he's got good coverage. He's on the guy, and the ball's underthrown, and he just kind of runs him over.
Well, so the way Ohio State plays those coverages where they play the man, like they don't tell them to turn around and go after the ball. Like they're telling them to just play the man. When he goes to put up his hands, then you make the play on where his hands are. And I think that's the right way to play it. The way that they taught Denzel Ward in college, like that's the smart way to play it. I think when you're having these guys turn around and they're turning around trying to find the ball, then they're running into the receiver. That's what causes that contact that is like by accident, and then you get flagged for it.
Yeah. So,
all right. So where were we here?
7-7 after that touchdown.
Yep, 7-7. In the next drive, the Browns punt. On that play, if you recall, we did have a 3rd down and 14 where Njoku catches the ball for what should have been like a 7-yard gain, turns around and gets 20. I thought that was awesome. Shows off his athleticism there. Yeah. But we stalled out. And then they started their drive from the 13. This was right at the beginning of the second quarter. and it was a dink and dunk all the way down the field. Sutton for 12, Lindsey for 2 and 5, Sutton for 5, and then it was a 3rd down and 2. Matt Lacoste for 10 yards, give up another 3rd down. Parker, the like 17th tight end on their roster, goes for 11. Sutton for 9. Holmes, like their 4th receiver, gets 5 yards. I mean, they just dink and dunk. And then they finally stalled out. They had to settle for a 49-yard field goal by McManus. But that was the bend, don't break defense that you get out of the Browns so often. And that put them up 10-7 at the time.
Yeah.
So we get the ball back, start at the 25. And very first play of that drive, Chubb goes for 12. Then we hit Higgins on the sidelines.
Awesome.
Yeah, that was a tiptoe, right? That was that big play.
I don't think so.
And then
the tiptoe was at the end of the game.
That was at the end of the game. I'm sorry. Yeah. Okay. Oh, that's where he catches the ball and then like dives forward. Yeah. That's right. Yeah. So then first down, Duke gets the 18-yard run. What did Duke have today? Because Duke got more involved today. He actually had 4 carries for 28 yards, so that's a 7.0 average. So he got 15 yards on that carry. My fault. Mike Tirico wasn't telling us how much the yards were per carry, so I was guesstimating on a lot of these. He also had 4 catches for 25 yards on 5 targets. So he was a little bit more involved this week than what he has been. Yeah, so he goes for that 15 yards. Then we get to 3rd down and 10. And this is when Baker actually gets sacked by Chubb, but there's a hold. I think they get Justin Simmons. I can't remember what number it was. I wrote down Simmons, I think, was a safety at the time. So that gave us a big first down. And then 3 plays later, we're stuck settling for a 40-yard field goal. And then that's how we tied it up 10-10. So couldn't keep the drive, sustaining the drives. It was pressure that kept getting to us the whole day.
Yeah, so there was only then 4:45 remaining in the second half, or in the first half, right? Second quarter, yeah. They took control on the
34,
and that's the one Peppers picked off in the end zone.
Yep, they drive down to the 27-yard line, and for whatever reason, Keenan throws that ball up. I know he's getting pressured there, but just throw the ball out of bounds. So you're in field goal position. That was really stupid. Peppers runs under it, gets a free interception. Again, Peppers had by far the best game of his career, if not, if best game of the season, if not for his career. 6 tackles, 1 sack, 2 tackles for losses, 1 pass defensed, 1 QB hit. I mean, the guy got it done in every single way in that one important interception there.
Yeah.
So that left us with 47 seconds left. And I was thinking, all right, this would be fantastic. The Browns can put together a little drive here, put some points on the board. And we start on the 45 with 3 timeouts. If you remember, the first play was a run. We called timeout. 2nd down and 6. Duke catches a pass for 10. First down, then Callaway for 11 on the reception. Then we get so that puts first down at the 28-yard line. They're in cover 2. We're running sort of it looks like the outside receivers are running like fly routes and Landry's running a seam route, and that's where the ball's supposed to go. Like, that's the right decision. The thing is, Landry doesn't have any separation, 1, and then 2, the Baker sails it, and then it gets intercepted. But that's a pass that you absolutely cannot throw high there. If anything, you need to make sure that ball is down, because you're going to get a field goal and that opportunity at the end of the half.
Especially when we're getting the ball back at the beginning of the half.
Yeah.
Like, go ahead and get points out of that. Yeah. Landry, 3 receptions, 37 yards on 8 targets. Yikes.
That's what Landry had.
Yep.
They didn't go to, I mean, he got overthrown a number of times. I mean, Baker was just off. I mean, 18 of 31. I mean, how many of those passes did he have that he should have thrown complete?
Yeah.
I mean, he should have been 22, 23 of 31 today, but he missed guys that were wide open.
Yeah.
If anything, if I'm going to put this game on anybody offensively, Wyatt had issues, it's because Baker was just off, in my opinion.
Yeah. Well, he's a rookie, so we can
right.
give him that.
It's fine. I'm not hating on Baker. I mean, look, I expect him as good as he's been playing for this year. I mean, hey, you're going up against the number 4 ranked DVOA defense. Things are like this are going to happen. So there's nothing wrong with the way Baker played today. It's just he struggled on some throws that he typically hits.
Yeah. No, I agree.
Yeah, so that ended the half. We were 10-10 at the time. We get the ball back.
Did it seem like we shouldn't have been 10-10? Didn't it seem like we were like getting roughed up a little bit?
I never really got. I know we played bad, but I was never nervous because I don't think Denver is really a good enough team offensively to do anything. You know, that's the nice part. Like they couldn't execute when they made big plays defensively. They couldn't move the ball and score. So I wasn't that nervous. We played bad. I felt like, we should be playing better. We should, be ahead pretty easily, but I wasn't afraid at the time. I wasn't really worried about it. So we get the ball back. We start on the 17-yard line and we drive. We have a 9-minute, 11-second drive that ends in a Baker Mayfield fumble at the Denver 40. So we started at the 17. We only get to the Denver 40 in 9 minutes. I don't know if I've ever seen a 9-minute drive only go for that many yards. It was pretty amazing.
Ridiculous. Yeah, we picked up a 4th and 3 on that drive to Njoku.
Yeah, that one was huge. I mean, the David Njoku catch, just for him to catch the ball there.
Yeah.
Fantastic catch, and he was held on the play. So even if he doesn't catch that, he's held, and we're gonna have a first down anyways. Before that, it was a 3rd down and 1 when Baker hit Callaway for a big play, and then he gets called for the unsportsmanlike conduct because he says first down. Yeah. I mean, do they not watch Antonio Brown every single week? Who just every single time he gets a first down, he stands up, points, and drops the ball. That's okay. But as soon as we do it, because he's talking to him, give me a break. It's nonsense.
Yeah, I was real annoyed with the officiating today. Just didn't seem professional.
So there's that play. And then the other one, Jamar Taylor throws a punch, or slaps. I don't even know what it was. Perryman. And then Perryman just gets into his face and it's offsetting penalties. Like we should have had 15 yards. We should have had a first down. It ends up being a 3rd down and 14 that we have to try to convert. That one ruined that drive as well.
I have a let me throw this in. Long Road to Nowhere just posted up from Warren Sharp, who's got a great book out. Go buy his book. The Browns that drive lasted 9 minutes, 11 seconds and gained 43 yards.
There we go.
Not since 2005 has there been a drive that took longer and gained fewer yards. 2005, Tennessee versus Oakland. There it is.
Nice. Yeah. Nice. See, hey, you know what? This Twitch thing's already coming in handy.
Yeah. You guys go we have built-in fact checkers. This is awesome.
Yeah. Well, what if he's lying to us though? That's the problem.
Long Road, if you're lying to us, you're getting banned for sure. Also, hit the follow button. Thank you.
All right. Yeah. So big play by David Njoku there. It was a couple plays later. We had a 2nd down and 6. Baker is getting pressured, gets hit. Do you remember who hit him? No. I don't even remember who. Somebody stripped him, and Denver recovered. Yeah, which was a huge breaker. What yard line? Oh, we were on like the 38-yard line.
They took over on the 40, whatever it was.
Yeah, it was right around there. Yeah. But we were moving. We were pushing the ball down the field, and it really sucks. So still 10-10. Denver takes over at the 40. They get the 2nd down at 10. Tim Patrick goes for 24 yards. That puts them in the field goal position.
Who the fuck is Tim Patrick? Who the fuck are their tight ends? Who are their receivers? Who are these people? I know Hamilton from watching film last year. He's a rookie. I know Sutton,
Penn State kid,
from watching film last year. Tim Patrick, Matt
Lacoste,
Brett Parker, Brian Parker. I mean, these are. I can't even read the thing. Like, I don't even know who these people are.
It's like the Major League movie.
Guys.
who are these fucking guys?
Yeah.
They're shitty.
They're just practice squad guys. It's amazing
So-
we pulled this out.
Tim Patrick doesn't look bad. Tim Patrick could be like our wide receiver 3.
Well,
sure.
yeah. I mean, that's what's funny about the NFL right now. Let's remember this, everybody. Let's remember this when we get to the draft next year about wide receivers.
Yep. So so he gets that 24-yard play, puts them in field goal position, and it was a couple plays after that Hamilton catches the ball. Peppers makes a big play, and he's tackled for a -2 yards. And then I think they throw incomplete on the next pass. They had to settle for a 42-yard field goal that they make. So 13-10 at that moment.
13-10 Denver. We're going into our second drive, second half. And basically almost the quarter's over. Like, that's how much. Well, no, it's not. But
No, I didn't write it down here, but
it was deep into the third quarter. Yeah.
Yeah,
Because
we
of
get the ball.
How much time we had the ball in that first drive.
Yeah. It's 14:50, I think, in the fourth quarter, or it was right before that. So I'm sorry. We get the ball back, and first down. There was a Nick Chubb 35-yard run that was called back because Greg Robinson hold, and it was a pretty bad hold. So the officials didn't get away with one there. But then we go 3 and out. And so Denver gets the ball back. It's 14 minutes, 50 seconds in the fourth quarter. Very first play, Case Keenum throws a ball, just absolutely terrible. I don't know what his read was, why he thought that was going to work. But TJ Carey's basically just drops in like a quarter's coverage and just stands underneath the ball, and it goes right into his hands. So this terrible read by Case Keenum, terrible throw, terrible idea by Denver, telling him to be more aggressive, because that definitely didn't work out.
Can we do some empathy shit here? If we were Denver fans, if this was a Denver podcast, we'd be pissed as fuck.
Oh, for sure. We would be calling for Case Keenum's head. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Case Keenum and the play calling. Like, the Browns aren't good at stopping the run. You got to give the kid ball. You got to give the ball to Lindsey. He had 14 carries for 24 yards.
You want to give him the ball? I mean, he didn't do anything when he had the ball.
He did nothing.
Yeah, 14 carries, 24 yards. Yeah, so, do you really want him to give him the ball? I think you just have to trust your quarterback isn't going to be an asshole and throw that ball. I mean, you look at Case Keenum's numbers. He was relatively accurate. I mean, guys were open, 31 of 48, 257 yards. But, the 2 interceptions is what the killer is. They got nothing offensively running the ball. I mean, as a team, 20 carries, 32 yards, 1.6 yard average.
It's ridiculous. So,
yeah, we whooped their butts up front. The only thing they could do was it's not the play caller's fault. Case Keenum just throws caution to the wind and throws that ball up. That's Case Keenum's got to just read the field. I mean, that was just pitiful.
Yeah, I mean, if Case Keenum's 31 of 48, 257 yards, that's a 5.4 average. If you thought Baker played bad, he's 18 of 31 for 188. That's a 6.1 average and 2 touchdowns. Like, Baker played twice as good as Keenum.
Well, that's what we talked about. Like, people were comping. Bucky Brooks was one that comped Baker as Case Keenum. What was the other? There was another big name. Oh, what's his name? What's the dude that's been talking mad smack about Baker all the time, has a radio show?
Colin, whatever.
Yeah, Colin Cowherd. He said, "Oh, Baker Mayfield's he's basically just Case." Yeah, he was Case Keenum when he was like a junior in college. That's when he was Case Keenum. He's the Case Keenum of today when he was a junior in college. Yeah. So he's just a better quarterback. Even though he had a bad game, he's a better quarterback.
Agreed.
So anyway, we take over the ball at the 48-yard line. It was first down, Landry for 13. So he didn't have a huge game, but he had some pretty timely catches here. Second down and 9. This is when Higgins gets the toe tap for 19 yards. Fantastic. I wish they would have shown a replay so I can see exactly how good that toe tap was. It was very hard to see. Bad job by NFL Network there. Maybe they did show it and I just completely missed it.
No, that was awesome. Yeah.
Yeah, so that got us deep into their territory, and then Duke runs for 8 yards, gets us down to the Denver 7. It was Landry then on a 5-yard catch, if you recall. So that put us second down.
No, first and goal.
I'm sorry, that was first. That he got the 5 yards on second down and 2.
Yeah.
First and goal now from the 3 or the 2 or whatever it was. And then Baker, if you see, this is an awesome play because Baker gets up there. Audibles, he sees something that they must have went over. Like, if you see this look, Freddie's telling him in practice this week, Baker, if you see this look, you are going to audible. You're going to run the slant to Callaway. It's going to be the easiest touchdown of your career. And that's exactly what he does. And he throws a touchdown Callaway with a big catch, 17-13 Browns.
Yeah. But hold on. Not only did he see the defensive alignment, he rehuddled everybody.
Yeah.
He brought him back into a huddle.
Yes.
That's not a rookie thing to do.
Well, how do you know Freddie Kitchens wasn't in his earpiece saying, hey,
rehuddle,
but Baker, rehuddle?
You think Freddie Kitchens is telling Baker what to do?
I don't know. He's got 15 seconds to talk to him. I don't know I wonder why they did rehuddle there.
That was awesome. Baker was like, hold on. Come back. And
don't fuck this up.
Rehuddled like 3 yards behind the ball. It was the weirdest NFL play I've ever seen.
Well, yeah, they were going tempo, and then all of a sudden they huddle.
Yeah.
It was odd.
Dude, Baker's not a rookie quarterback.
No, he is. I checked.
He's a goddamn veteran. 11 games in. This kid's not fucking around. How do you rehuddle the team there?
I don't know. I mean, I'm more happy that he called the audible than just a huddle. But yeah, I mean, I get it. I got you. He's an impressive individual. I agree with you 100%.
That was crazy. Right. And I just don't think it's an easy slant, easy touchdown. And Baker's like grinning after the play.
Oh, it was obvious that it was like, something they saw. Yeah. He knew. It was something they saw. They were going to go to it.
Yeah.
100%. That was so anyway, so then we kick off. Denver starts at the 25.
11:45 to go in the game.
Yep. So they got a couple big gains. Your boy Tim Patrick again for 12. Lindsey had a catch for 16. Hamilton, they're going to all their guys. Hamilton got 14. They move into Cleveland territory. And then they got a 3rd down and 9, and they go back to Deshaun Hamilton. He picks up 8 on the sideline. That's when they went and they reversed the play. They went and looked at it, and he did get the ball over for the 1st down. Pretty close to what happens to David
motherfucking obviously, though, too. Awful officiating to even mark him short.
Well, I mean, he was lucky not to step out of bounds on that play, so it was tough. That's a tough call. So then, so he gets the 1st down. Then it was a couple plays later, 2nd down and 3. Lindsey gets a 2-yard gain. After the play clock had run out, if you recall.
Yeah, 3rd and 1. The play clock runs out.
No, it was 2nd down and 3 when the play clock ran out. Oh. Wasn't it? Yeah, it was 2nd down and 3. The play clock runs out. They don't call it, and he gains 2. We're sort of lucky because now if it goes to 2nd down and 8, they might be in passing situation there. They haven't run the ball worth a shit all day. They go to passing situation. Yeah. They might be able to throw for a 1st down. Instead, they run it. It gets to 3rd and 1, and then Lindsey stuffed again on 3rd down and 1. Yeah. 4th down and 1. Adam, are you going 4th down and 1? What's the score right now?
17-13. You fucking go for it.
You go for it, right?
I would shoot my coach into the goddamn sun out of a cannon.
And they might. They might just do that.
I would fire him right now. I'm not getting to Sunday. I wouldn't even let him talk to the media after the game. You're fired. That was garbage.
We'll see. We'll see if he did. It was not good. That was definitely
4th and 1 against the Browns run defense. Just sweep.
Yeah, right. Toss. How often does that work?
Whatever. If you don't get it, you don't get it. But at least somebody goes, "Hey, we fucking tried." You just didn't even try. You just kicked the field goal and lost.
Yeah. So yeah, they settle for a 29-yard field goal because even if they don't get it there, they're deep in their own or in our territory.
No, I want to make it 17-16 and lose. That's what I want to do.
I would like to see the analytics on that.
That's another.
Maybe if
thing
our friend here could bring that up. Who was it that gave us a great?
Yeah, you got to be empathetic to the other team.
Who's got the analytics?
You got to put
on the numbers.
Feet in the other team's shoes. Come on. But they shouldn't even never been there. It was a delay of game, obviously. This is a pro officiating crew. All right, so you miss some DPI or you miss a hold here or there. If the play clock runs out, you guys have to call that. It's a pro officiating crew. You can't let the play clock run out.
Yes.
Whatever happens during the play, okay, we can go either way on it. The play clock ran out. Obviously. What are we doing? What are we doing? This is the NFL. This isn't a CYO game or whatever.
Right. So anyways, we get the ball back. So they have to kick off to us.
So like, what do you mean? So right, anyways.
So
it's ridiculous.
No, I'm moving on.
Right,
so
let's move on.
17.
So
what's
anyways. That? Yeah, let's move on.
Okay, so 17-16, 4 minutes 35 seconds in the fourth quarter. We get the ball back at the 25-yard line. Very first play of that drive, Nick Chubb, huge run, biggest run of the game, bounces off 40-yarder. So, which is absolutely huge. 20 carries, 100 yards. I mean, the 40-yarder definitely helps out that average because he was kind of having a tough time running. He had a few decent gains, but that 140-yarder is all it takes, and it absolutely burst open this game. I mean,
what you thought? Yeah, like you brought that up in our pregame that it wasn't going to be the easiest running defense to get yardage on.
Yep, and hey, that's all it takes. So one really good run, and you get your average back up there, and you move in their territory. We're running the clock. At this point, we're just basically running clock because we go first down run, second down run. We get they actually have 12 players on the field at one point.
God, that was the worst.
And then second down and 3, Chubb goes for 6, gets the first down. We get down to 3rd down and 6, and that's when David Njoku, the play we've already talked about, he goes for 5 3/4 yards. I wrote down.
Oh yeah, let's not adjust the spot. We got it right. We got it right. When we called it on the field.
We got it. You're very angry at the officials. We get it.
They could have put the ball a half yard forward and said, "Oh, we fucked up the spot. It's not a first down, but we fucked up the spot." No, we're gonna take a yard off. There's no way they looked.
Well, they didn't take a yard off. They just gave them the original spot.
That's stupid.
Well, it is stupid, but
you can't look at the replay and go, "Well, he's down at the 10." You can't. You can't replay that play on film and then go, "It's down at the 10." There's no evidence that it's down at the 10.
No, it's like at least a 9.5 yard line. Yes.
So
or do you want to cover this again for 5 more minutes?
What are we doing? What are we doing in the NFL?
All right. Exactly. All right, moving on. So then it's 4th down and 1 now. It's 4th down and a half. Well, no, a full one. And Baker goes with a hard count. The dude jumps. I don't know who it was. Obviously jumps. Greg Robinson touches him, makes a smart play, touches the player. So they call that offsides. But Greg Williams, the second before, calls timeout and it has to get the play gets called back. We have to reline up for 4th down and 1. Yeah. And then on the actual 4th down and 1, we run Chubb off tackle, or was it off tackle, or we run him up behind the right guard anyways.
Pretty much right away.
Yeah. So 2-yard loss. We turn it over. 13-yard line, they take over. Minute 49 on the clock.
No timeouts.
I was a little worried now at this point that we're only up by 1. I was thinking for sure we're going to lose by 2.
Pretty much we're going to lose.
Yeah. This is the only time.
Yeah.
This is the only time in the whole game I was actually worried. Lacoste, first down 13. Hamilton for 8 on the next first down. They get down to
Offsides on Garrett.
4th down and 3, and Devontae Booker goes for 15-yard catch. Who did he beat there? Jamie Collins was absolute toast.
Down to midfield.
I thought Collins played decent, though.
Yeah, he did. Yeah.
He had a decent game. What are you going to do? That's tough. They kill the clock on 1st. 2nd down, they go incomplete because Peppers has a PBU, breaks up the pass. 3rd down and 10, Greg Williams special. They blitz everybody. Even the ball boys were blitzing. All out blitz. He throws incomplete. And then 4th down and 10, they bring Peppers on the safety blitz. He gets home. Everybody loves Jabril Peppers, but he went to Michigan. So, you can only give him so much respect. Sorry, Michigan.
Peppers is my preseason dude to watch. He's my
Yes.
Most improved or whatever.
Well, how much of like that interception by him playing free safety last year helps him out to, he played that free safety, played the angel position. How much of that experience there helps him to recognize that stuff, be able to move and run half length of the field and make a big play? I think
that's what I was saying last year. Like even though we're losing, maybe that's helping him sort of figure out the safety position. I don't know.
Yeah, it was. You gave up a year basically, but who cares? We knew that. We knew the last 2 years were going to be shitty, but now all of a sudden we're 6-7-1. We're in the playoff hunt. Things are looking good. We could have a better record if we didn't have Hugh Jackson's bum ass. But yeah, we're right here, man. I mean, today was an exciting game. It was like a playoff game, and it's a low scoring game. We win 17-16, but it's like a playoff game.
They're all playoff games now. We got to win out. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's exciting to see how the team is going to respond. I wish I would have been able to see. I know Baker was going to go on the NFL Network set after the game. I wish I would have been able to stick around and see some of that, but we were preparing for this. So I'm going to go watch all that stuff now. Yeah, and it'd be interesting to see what old Greg Williams had to say after the game.
Cleveland wins 6-7-1. Pittsburgh loses tomorrow.
You never know. Who do we got next week? We got Ravens and then Bengals. we got Bengals then the Ravens, right?
Week, yeah. We got Hugh next week, and then we got the Ravens in week 17. Those are winnable games. If we can just get a little help from the outside. I mean, the Browns can right now finish 8-7-1. That's fucking crazy.
That's right. Super Bowl, baby. Got them tickets. All right. Anything else you want to add?
Team.
What's that?
It's a 4 or 5 win team that might win 8.
No, not if we stay healthy. What did I say? If we stay healthy.
Not if we started Baker.
Oh, well, yes. And that was part of it.
Yeah.
I mean, just think.
Yeah.
We probably have a win against Pittsburgh. We probably beat New Orleans. What are you going to do? What are you going to do? Can't take it back now. But, hey, we're still in this thing. Anything else?
No, you want to wrap up the pod?
Yes, sir. You got anything else to add to it?
No, we can wrap up the pod. Twitch.tv/STS podcast. If you guys want to follow our live streams, what's our Twitter?
You can talk to us anytime you want on Twitter. Just send a message to us. It's at STS Podcast, and our email is
season@gmail.com. Thank you, everybody. Patreon.com/STS Podcasts. Super fun. Browns are winning. Thank you, everybody. Rate us up. Give us comments. iTunes reviews. Whatever. #Road Redemption. Greg, tell them what we say.
Keep on surviving.